These are the Tarot, Tea Leaf and Oracle forecasts for the month of September 2019. We have a look at the energies that will be swirling around you. It will affect some of you, the whole story. Others of you, only certain aspects of it will touch on your life. So if you'd like a personal or private reading, or that incredible soulmate reading, or even to subscribe to the weekly star sign update, so that it can help you navigate your way through challenges or situations, or even take a peek into your future to see what happy occasions are going to turn up for you, then please contact me via the link in the description box below. That is via the website. You will see you can purchase and order your readings there. Libra, so I'm first going to take a look at the fated elements coming into your life via the tea leaf fortune telling cards. Then we're going to look at oracle cards, then I do a relationship reading for you, and we're going to finish up with a tarot reading. So let's have a look at those tea leaf cards. The first one you get is clouds. On the card it says temporary problems. The crown, honor and respect will come to you. The woman, dealings or relationship with a woman. The whale, great worry over nothing. The quill, getting back to the basics. The shield, you need to defend yourself. The leg, stepping into a new experience. So if we have a look at that lot of cards, the story that comes with them is, right off the beginning of the month, you get kind of respect, or you get honor, or something comes to you that says you have done a good job, or you've done well in something in your life. You feel the honor and respect coming to you. In other words, people show it to you. They either write it to you in an email, or they say it verbally to you, or you just generally feel you've done things well, you've done well in life in something recently, if not for quite a while lately, and now you're starting to see the honor and respect coming to you for something that you have been working away at. It can be anything. It can be a job or a career, but it can also be a personal thing, like personal inner work, or spiritual work, or anything in your life that you've really been dedicating time and energy and effort to. You're going to see the honor and respect coming to you. That people will treat you differently, they will treat you that way, you will feel that way. There are temporary problems to be dealt with in September. They seem to be in dealings with a woman, but you'll find out you've worried too much. It wasn't necessary to worry that much. In other words, it feels much bigger than it is, and it's only temporary, although when you first face it, you're going to think, oh, here we go again. After that, the getting back to basics and the needing to defend yourself and stepping into a new experience. Coupled with those two oracle cards, the one which is milk and honey and the other one which is treasure island, says to me that after you face this challenge with this woman, and you kind of make a bit of a mountain out of a molehill, and you will do so because you have had lots of mountains that you've had to face in the last few years. But then you realize, wait a moment, it wasn't a bigger problem as I thought, and it's only temporary. In fact, you probably worried quite unnecessarily. You then scaled life down again, or the way you face life, or the way you face challenges. And you perhaps feel you need to stay in that defensive mode. However, you are stepping into a brand new experience. You're going to see this theme coming up right throughout your reading. You're going to be facing things in life with the old way of thinking, and quite rightly so, because you had to get through a lot of challenges in the last few years, in the last many years. So you've kind of built up a way to respond and react to it. But you're now stepping into a brand new way of being. And it's been coming for quite a while now. I've been speaking about it for a while, but now it's finally manifesting. You're stepping into that new way of being. It's been approaching you, and there's been a bit of small increments of it. You've had small experiences of it, but it hasn't been fulfilled. Now you step into that. That milk and honey card says ahead of you lies, and you're going to start seeing that in September. That feeling of being nurtured, that feeling of being taken care of, that feeling of feeling comfortable and warm and at home in your life. X marks the spot says that you reach that place. You reach that spot where things come together. Where perhaps things you've been striving for, perhaps things you felt you want to feel about life, the lifestyle you want, the way you want life to be, perhaps a career goal, even perhaps a relationship goal. But it's like X marks that spot. You reach that spot. You've been heading there, and in September, you finally reach it. So even though you face the challenge at the beginning of September, which has you sort of getting that response of, oh no, here we go again, you find it's actually nothing to worry about. Yet those defenses are still in place. And the reading is saying, the cards are saying, those defenses don't need to be there anymore because you're stepping into a new experience of life. It's not going to be the same as what it was before. And the reason that card would come up is because the way we respond and react to things and the way we think about them can often manifest in our lives. So we kind of have to put a little bit of a kind of think when we start responding or reacting in a defensive manner to things, and rightfully we do, because those are the experiences we've had lately. But from September onwards, especially after you've had that first experience where you realize you worry too much, you then need to sort of start thinking, or the universe is guiding you to do that, or you're actually naturally going to feel, wait, before I respond or react by putting up those defenses, perhaps I need to just wait and see what comes next. Let me wait and see what unfolds, because I'm probably stepping into a new experience. And that's when we can start to see things manifest and unfold in a different way than they did before. Your relationship cards. This is for those of you in relationships and those of you looking for relationships. I'm going to speak to those of you looking for relationships first, and then I'll speak to those of you that are already in relationships. Interesting cards. It repeats a little bit of that theme because you get free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And past life relationship. You have known each other before. That free yourself card, for those of you that are looking for relationships, says you're letting something control you where relationships are concerned. Now, one of two things can happen. You're either going to go out of your normal environment on a holiday, or you're going to take a break from whatever that is. So if you found that lately you've just not attracted anybody at all, a lot of Librans have experienced that, or you've been attracting people that just don't do it for you, or just doesn't work out. You're now going to either go somewhere different, or you're going to just feel like taking a break from that way of feeling. And what you're dealing with here, that religious factors card says, is a core belief. It comes from past experience, either direct experience yourself in relationships, or you have observed it in others and even had it yourself. So it's double sort of a core belief for you. But you're going to let go of that now. You're going to shift out of that, and you're going to decide you want a break from it. Or you're literally going to go somewhere different. And that somehow shifts that energy. It shifts you into a different energy space. What is at play here is divine timing. This moment was marked in your life. Now, we've already seen that Treasure Island card come up in the beginning of your reading, which says this moment was marked in life. You're reaching X marks the spot, and that is what you're doing. There's an X marks the spot in September. There you meet up with somebody that is a past life relationship. In other words, you feel recognition with them. You feel familiarity with them. There's an instant attraction with them because you have history together. Now, what happens after this? Well, we're going to have to see in next month's reading, but it is the start of something. And it is a very fated moment for you. It is something that the universe has timed for you in your life right now. Now, those of you in relationships, there's something in your relationship, something you feel about your relationship that has been controlling how your happiness, your level of happiness, your level of content. The same thing applies. You're either going to go completely out of your normal environment, or you're going to take a break from feeling like that. In so doing, you actually come face to face with this core belief, and you realize it's outworn, it's outdated. You're going to let go of it. The same as those that were looking for relationships. This is divine timing at work. The universe had this moment marked for you. You then realize that the person that you're with is a soulmate. You have known each other in other lifetimes. You have possibly brought baggage with you, but you've also brought a history together, and that is just as important. And that history is what creates a very strong bond for the two of you. And that is a realization that you come to for your relationship in September. And it helps you perhaps deal with that core belief that is tying you down and holding you down to some kind of feeling about your relationship. And it helps you shift from whatever that feeling is into something very different. And if divine timing is at work, it's a big something different for you. Now your tarot cards are telling the underlying story, the spiritual evolution, the growth edge of what is actually happening with everything I have described to you. Your first card is number 14 of the major arcana, and that's self. Now what that shows in the picture is a little dragons, one whispering in one ear, one whispering in the other ear, and 3 doves. Now, at the core of what is going on, the evolutionary edge, the spiritual lesson or experience, I prefer to call them experiences that you are having, is one side of you has all that past experience with its disappointments, with its hurts, with its whatever all those things were. And that little voice keeps whispering at you, yes, here we go again. This person will hurt you. This is not going to work out. Look at that. It's just like before. You're not strong enough. You're not wealthy enough. You're not pretty enough, yada, yada. So the list continues. In the other side, it's whispering to you, you are everything you are meant to be. You have everything you need. Life will grow and evolve. It never stays the same. So ultimately, you are hearing these two voices, and the whole of September is possibly about moving and shifting away from that voice of the past and listening to the voice that tells you you have everything, you have access to everything. What that involves with the 5 of Earth is letting go of the hurts and disappointments, letting go of the memory that we keep, that we replay in our minds, that we react from when things apparently go wrong for us. We replay those things, we respond from that place. But in September, you finally look at those things and say, you know what? I am done with this. I am dusted with this. Let me let go of it. I'm finished with it. The 6 of Earth is about working for something and kind of not expecting reward for it. It's almost dutiful work. But this is about your self-work, but it is about material manifestation of that self-work. And somewhere along the line in September, Librans start working because they want to. Not because they want recognition or reward, not because they want something in exchange for it, because they want to. It's the strangest thing in a way. That's not really. If we go deep into that, it's a whole other story. But what it does is it brings you a whole new lease on life. And we've already seen that. You're stepping into a new experience. What happens here is you are like the child. It's the first card in the tarot deck in the Major Arcana. You step out this brand new vision of life. But it's not even a formed vision yet. You just step out with enthusiasm, with an open mind and an open heart as to what is coming, and almost a sense of adventure. It's as if you entirely leave that past behind you that was unsatisfactory, that challenged you, that built up all these core beliefs, all these defenses, all these things that stopped you from experiencing life in its fullest. And you felt like that because of your experiences. It wasn't unnecessary, and it wasn't silly, and it wasn't imaginary. You built that up because of what you've been through. But now the time has come, and like I said, this is a destined time. It is X marks the spot time, where you let go of all of it. And you step into this new future with a totally different perspective, with a totally different set of expectations. In fact, you don't have expectations. You just go forth with, wow, I wonder where this is taking me. So it's a special month, August. There are no two things about it. And there's a big, big shift that's going to happen for you guys. And It is a new experience. So whatever that small challenge is at the beginning of the month, you are going to respond to it with a bit of panic. But just remember, it's going to turn out to be worry for nothing, because there's something big happening for you guys in September. I hope that you enjoyed that reading. If you would like any of those readings I offered at the beginning, the personal, private, soulmate, or subscription to weekly updates for your star sign, please contact me via the links in the description box below. That is via the website. I want to thank you for watching, listening, commenting, liking, subscribing, and for those of you that share this video, I truly appreciate it. Those of you that comment, I read every single comment. Thank you very much.